Hi guys, and welcome back to Nifty Challenge. So this will be a continuation to the option trading that we taught you. That you learned a bit about it, about the what is OI, what is option trading, what is put options, what is call options in the previous weekly video. So now I'll be continuing in today's topic and covers one of the most important thing of options trading, that is implied volatility. Now before I tell you what is implied volatility and I explain you something that is going to be taught to you today, is that today you will learn what are you doing in the options, whether it is right or not. How do you choose whether you are choosing the right strike price when you are buying an option, a put option or a call option, whether it is worth buying this, how is the change that is going to happen, what is the cost that you are paying, what is the expectations, what volatility tells in these things. This is something very important which you probably never knew before. You are going to learn today, seeing the implied volatility. Before I come to this, let me cover some more topics in the option data. So this is what we learned. That was OI, and the change in OI basically was the change that happens at a particular day in the number of contracts in the OI. I told you what is an OI, so even if the person is buying and selling, it is still adding up to the OI. Whereas when the same person exits his position, only then the OI changes. Only then the OI reduces. Otherwise, even the buyer and even the seller adds to the same strike. Like if a person has sold 14,750 call and a person has bought 14,750 call, then it will both add to the OI of the particular strike. Whereas when that person who bought has sold his position, only then will this data reduce. And that is what is reflected in the change in OI. Now coming to the further things, we'll see what is ask price, what is bid price, what is strike price, and the most important thing, what is the implied volatility and how it helps you to trade in the options data. Okay, so let's come to bid price. So what is bid price? A bid price is a price for which somebody is willing to buy something. Very simple. I don't think I need to explain you. Ask price is a price a seller is willing to accept for a security, which is often referred to as the offer price. So what you have asked for your part to be sold, the order which you place, that is basically the ask price. Now let's come to most important topic. I don't want to waste time on the other things, and let's understand what is implied volatility. So let's understand what is implied volatility first. तो implied volatility होती क्या है? See, the implied volatility option of an option of particular option chain, it is not a constant thing. First of all, it will go higher and lower for a number of reasons. See, it will go high, it will go low. There will be a lot of changes all the time. If you monitor the options data, it will be continuously changing. So, and most of the time, what happens? This option changes price. The change in the prices that happens is directly depending and telling you about with the implied volatility whether you are doing the right thing or not. So what happens when the market declines? Suppose the market is falling, जब गिरता है तो implied volatility क्या होती है? ऊपर जाती है. Whenever the market is falling, the implied volatility goes up. Now if there is some sudden drop, like Corona happened in March and all, there was a sudden drop. What happened? That implied volatility exploded higher for all the options. For all the option chain, the implied volatility went massive up. Usually what we consider at a period of 30 days difference, I'll explain you with the calculation part how we use this implied volatility. So on a 30 days period, the customary value of implied volatility is between 30 to 33. Just remember this. So what happens when the market gaps up higher, like it is open on a gap up mode, and especially when it has been moving on a lower side, like these days it is continuously falling, and on Monday when the market will open suddenly on a higher note, then what will happen? The fear of the bear market will immediately go away. People will think, oh, there is no bearishness in the market. It is again and again opening higher. So what will happen? The option premiums will start declining. This is what happens with the VIX. Now, don't confuse the VIX with this implied volatility. That is different, and implied volatility is separate for a separate underlying index or a stock or a particular option chain. For every strike, it is different. So what will happen? The implied volatility will decline. And when the news comes, like some results are coming or something is coming of a given stock or a given index, then there will be a buying demand that happens. Now let's see in one case of an example. Suppose that the share, let us take a share of Yes Bank, and suppose that the price of the share is 49 rupees or something. So what will happen? That suppose that on Monday after the market, the earnings are going to be announced for that particular share. Okay, So what happens, most of the traders or the investors, what will they do? They have already made their mind, and the options will be trading very actively on this. Now, as I told you, let us consider that the option is expiring in 30 days. This is coming on the 1st of April, let's imagine. And so the standard implied volatility on that particular day for the option strike prices will be between 30 to 33. But since there is a high demand of the buying, because the results are expected or something, the implied volatility will be pumped up. What will happen? You will see that the implied volatility is around 50, 55 or 60. Now, if you want to buy this particular option, so for a 50 rupees share, if you want to buy, then from the Black-Scholes I will show you the calculation part, and then the strike price of the call option of 50 rupees itself will be having a premium of higher by approximately 52.5, you can imagine, from 50 to 52.5. So most likely the call option will be more than 2.5 rupees higher. That is an extra premium you are paying. Now this is very important part. What you need to see is the interest. Now, as I've showed you, just a moment, I'll just show you. Just hang on. So you can see that implied volatility basically depends on 5 things. Now, as I've just told you, so implied volatility is the market's forecast of a likely movement in a securities price. It is often used to price the option contracts. High volatility results in option with higher premiums and vice versa. So supply, demand and time value are major determining factors for calculating implied volatility. It usually increases in a bearish market and decreases when the market is bullish. So the 5 important things that implied volatility depends on are the options market price, the expiry date, the underlying stock price, the strike price, and the interest rate. Now, when we are talking about interest rates, let me show you. See, when you open this site of NSE, this is not the right site, but in the correct site, when you see, there is a small disclaimer that is given in this bottom area. There you will see a 10% interest rate is being used for the calculation. So what they do is they use a 10% interest rate for this calculation. Just a moment, let me show you this Black-Scholes. This is a Black-Scholes calculator which is used to calculate the implied volatility. Now let me show you that how do we use this calculator. You can find it online, you can download it as well. Suppose I want to buy a call option, as I've told you about the Yes Bank. So it is the price of the stock is 50 rupees and I want to buy a call option of 55, which is a strike price. The time in maturity is basically the how many days later is the expiry. Like you bought on 1st April, so it is 30 days. So 30 days for a year is like 0.1, we can say approximately. Let's assume it's 0.1. So annual risk-free rate and annualized volatility I have considered 30%. 10% is because it is given there in the NSE site. So see, you get a value of 1.39. So you have to pay a premium of maximum 1.39 for buying a price of 55 stock in case of when the stock is 50 rupees, buying a CE of 55, you should pay a maximum price of 1.39 as a premium at this calculation of Black-Scholes. Now let's come to the options data and show you how much more do you actually pay. Where's my Safari? Just a moment. Okay, let's see here. So if you calculate for that particular, now this is Nifty, and if you see this area, when you see now this implied volatility is much down because there are much less days remaining. This is 15th April and there is only 7-8 days remaining. So the implied volatility is much lower. When you will go to the higher areas and consider the stocks, suppose come to Yes Bank. Yes Bank is not as a future. Let's come to just a moment. Anyway, so when you will see this area, so suppose consider it as 50 rupees in this area and the stock is at 50 rupees and you are at 55. So if you are seeing the implied volatility in that area and you are seeing the price, the ask price or the bid price for that particular strike of 55, whatever you are paying more than 1.36 is the extra amount that you are paying, is the money that you are paying wrong. So every time you buy an option or you sell an option, when you are selling, it is totally opposite. The more the data is more than the Black-Scholes calculation, you can actually sell it, and that is the value you are paying, correct, and you will make that money. Same ways for the option buying part. You see, when the volatility is higher, this implied volatility indicates you basically how much extra price you are paying from the one which you should have paid. Let me just open particular stock and show you so that you will understand it much better, what is implied volatility basically telling you. Okay, so here we are on the Nifty chart. I just wanted to show you this. See this. Notes that are given on the NSE site, they are calculating an interest rate of 10% while computing implied volatility. It is mentioned here when you are seeing the, sorry for that. Okay, now let's come to some particular option. Let's come to Adani Ports, for example. So Adani Port is trading at an area of around 819, 818. So for a strike price of 830, see the implied volatility values, 55. I mean, high value. So this is what this is telling you, a high expectation of the people that implied volatility is highly pumped up, and it is, you are paying much higher premium than a customary value. See, this is for 29th April. Today is almost the 10th of April, and we have 19 days to the expiry. A customary value for 30 days of implied volatility is 30, and this is 55 here. So see how much are the options actually overpriced. So let's use a Black-Scholes calculator and see how much we are paying. Let's suppose the stock value is 820 rupees. So the price of the stock we will put as 820, and I have to buy the 830 call price. The time to maturity is not even 0.1, it's 0.05, almost 19 days left. A 10% rate, an annualized volatility. Now this is a customary value which I am taking, so the option price should not be more than 40.55 for this particular strike. Let's see what is the value. See, this is 41.50. Why it is so? It is so because the volatility is higher and it is about 55% right now. So the right price that you should have paid for this option should be no more than 40.55. So you are paying nearly 1 rupees extra here. So if in case the market opens on a gap down mode, you are definitely losing this value. A lot of value you are losing here. The same way you can calculate for the put side, if you consider on the put side on the Black-Scholes method. Another important thing that you should note is that now you see, when you have bought this option price, you need at least a change of 4 rupees in the stock itself to make your option go up by 1 rupee. An increase of 4 rupees in that particular stock will make you a benefit of only 1 rupee on the option price. Now, as you will go farther on the strikes here, this value will keep changing and the profit will keep reducing. That is how you come to know which is the right strike where you should enter with the value of implied volatility. So you can use that particular volatility here when you are seeing it on the NSE site, what is the implied volatility, and you can see whether you are paying the right price, a lesser price, or an overprice for that particular stock. Now the important part in this thing is to see that whether the stock is worth it, what is the news on the stock, and again, when the values of the implied volatility are much lower. Now 30 is the customary value. Why it is 80 to 85? Why it is right now 55? Because you know about Adani Ports. So much news is going on and so much pledges have been removed and the results are coming. That is why the implied volatility is pumped up. Whereas in a other case, when it will be highly down, then it will be totally opposite. Let's come to the most important thing that you all as a traders face a problem, and how can we avoid this? Now see, volatility, understanding volatility is a very massive topic, and I really cannot explain you in one video, because I will show you how. This was the Black-Scholes formula that I just showed you, and let's understand the basic problem that you all face in the market during options trading. Let's imagine that Nifty is trading at a price of 14,500. Okay, just listen to me very carefully on this thing. You will learn something very good here. which I'm trying to explain you from the options data, because I cannot explain you the entire options trading within 1 or 2 videos. It will take at least 3 to 4 more videos for me to really explain you how these option tradings work and how can you really benefit from them. Just imagine Nifty is trading at 14,500. Just assume करते हैं Nifty 14,500 पे है और हम ATM स्ट्राइक का कॉल बाय करेंगे. ATM स्ट्राइक इज 14,500 इटसेल्फ और इसका कॉल ऑप्शन का प्राइस है 200 रुपये. अब होता क्या है, हम बात कर रहे हैं इंट्राडे की. सपोज आपने सुबह इसका कॉल ऑप्शन बाय कर दिया 200 रुपये में. 2 घंटे बाद क्या हुआ या 4 घंटे बाद क्या हुआ, आपने मेरे को बताया निफ्टी हो गई कि यार निफ्टी हो गई 14,520 एंड योर, सो व्हाट यू थिंक योर CE शुड बी, your CE of 14,500, do you think it will be 200 rupees or it will be 220 rupees? No, I'll tell you what will happen. Your CE would have become 190 rupees and you would have still lost 10 rupees in the options, and this is what you really face even if it is ATM or even if it is in the money out the money strike. Now this is the entire game of volatility. What happens now? What is happening? See, what market depends on? Market depends on 5 things: the spot price, the strike price, the rate of interest, and the volatility. These are the basic things that the which market is depending on. Now if you see on the intraday part, what has happened? The spot price, it has changed. Yes, it has gone higher. It is in your favor. The strike price is still the same. This is the same strike price. The rate of interest is the same for that particular day. Only thing that has changed is the volatility. Now what you see is that on this particular day, if you see on the options part, that 14,500 at the money CE had an IV value of 18.5% when you bought this call. But after 3 o'clock, when this value has turned 190, you would have noted that same 14,500 CE was having the IV of 17.5%. This is why your CE from 200 came to 190 and you rather made a loss instead of making a profit. So this is how today I will explain you how to use this. Now I'm sure this must be in your mind कि अब हम इससे कैसे बचें और हम क्या करें कि हमको ये नुकसान ना हो. So see, the most important thing of how you can do this option trading as a beginner right now, where I cannot explain you the entire topic, is to never be a naked buyer or never be a naked seller of the options. Here when you are buying the CE of 14,500, you are a naked buyer. It is called a naked buyer, or you call it a Vega long, which I will explain you in my further videos when you are going long on the market. Now unless and until there is high volatility in the market, which is the general VIX, which you also notice, which is the volatility index of India, unless and until there is a big movement in that VIX, you should not be a naked options trader ever. So what is the best way to trade options in this area is you buy a 14,500 CE at 200 and you sell a 14,600 CE at 250. So what will happen, that this IV will not affect your profit and loss at any particular time. This is the most important thing that you need to understand. This is what you can do when you are on a start of the month trading on the options. To explain you more about how this implied volatility is changing this data, I will really take more time. I will explain you in the next further videos, but for the time being, never be a naked put option or a call option buyer or a seller. You can always use such hedges to take advantage of the implied volatility. See, if you notice here, the implied volatility has reduced by 1%. You are saying this is not 1%. This is actually out of 100. If you see something from 18.5 has dropped to 17.5, it is almost a 5% change. Okay, you are seeing here as a percentage of 1, but this is a 5% change in the value of the implied volatility. This is what controls the prices of the options data. I've explained you how to use and see whether you are choosing the right options. Now for that, at the start of the month, it is 30. As the days come down, you can keep reducing a 1% reduction every day. That has to happen. 1% on the value, like on the one in the IV value, not in the percentage. So this is how you can use the implied volatility to your advantage in the options trading. To explain you more about it, I will definitely come up with more videos and explain you how to use this implied volatility when you are taking a trade, when you are like how is this going to affect the value. And this is much more controlled on how is the market behaving, what is the expectations of the market now when this COVID period is coming or there's some results are coming. These things are okay at times where you can risk on the options on the naked side. But in general, when you're trading an option, always use positions like this. You will make only profits, you will not make loss. I hope my video will help you. I hope the content will really help you. And thank you so much. Please like, subscribe and share, and the more videos will definitely follow soon. Thank you guys.